Gerald Anderson Lawson, African-American electronic engineer. Born December 1st, 1940, died April 9th, 2011. Gerald Anderson Lawson was an African-American electronic engineer. He is known for his work in designing the Fairchild Channel F video game console, as well as leading the team that pioneered the commercial video game cartridge. He was thus dubbed the father of the video game cartridge, according to Black Enterprise magazine in 1982. He left Fairchild and founded the game company Videosoft. In 1970, he joined Fairchild Semiconductor in San Francisco as an applications engineering consultant within their sales division. While there, he created an early coin-operated arcade game called Demolition Derby in his garage. Completed in early 1975 using Fairchild's new F8 microprocessors, Demolition Derby was among the earliest microprocessor-driven games. In the mid-1970s, Lawson was made chief hardware engineer and director of engineering and marketing for Fairchild's video game division. There, he led the development of the Fairchild Channel F console, released in 1976, and specifically designed to use swappable game cartridges based on technology licensed from Alpex. At the time, most game systems had the game programming built into the hardware, so it could not be removed or changed. Lawson and his team refined and improved technology developed at Alpex that allowed games to be stored as software on removable ROM cartridges. These could be inserted and removed repeatedly from a console unit without any danger of electric shocks. This would allow users to buy a library of games and provided a new revenue stream for the console manufacturers through sales of these games. The Channel F console featured a variety of controls, including a new 8-way joystick designed by Lawson, and a pause button, which was a first for a home video game console. The Channel F was not successful commercially, but the cartridge approach was popularized with the Atari 2600, released in 1977. While he was with Fairchild, Lawson and Ron Jones were the sole black members of the Homebrew Computer Club, a group of early computer hobbyists that included several who became well known, including Apple founders Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Lawson noted he had interviewed Wozniak for a position at Fairchild, but did not hire him. In 1980, Lawson left Fairchild and founded Videosoft, a video game development company that made software for the Atari 2600 in the early 1980s, as the 2600 had displaced the Channel F as the top system in the market. Videosoft closed about 5 years later, and Lawson started to take on consulting work. At one point, he worked with Stevie Wonder to produce a Wonder Clock that would wake a child up with the sound of a parent's voice, though it never made it to production. Lawson later collaborated with the Stanford Mentor Program and was preparing to write a book on his career. In March of 2011, Lawson was honored as an industry pioneer for his work on the game cartridge concept by the International Game Developers Association. Lawson was honored with the ID at Xbox Gaming Heroes Award at the 21st Independent Games Festival on March 20th, 2019, for leading the development of the first cartridge-based game console. There is a display of Lawson's contribution to the gaming industry on permanent display at the World Video Game Hall of Fame at the Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York. Citations are in the description.